Are you still scrambling to find ideas of what to do for your mama for Mother's Day? Perhaps you feel the crunch of the time ticking down, but you want to give your mama something cool and intentional without really spending a ton of money or just giving something meaningless. Well, in this video, I will be showing you some of my framework that I use when it comes to buying gifts for any occasion. In this particular case, it's going to be for Mother's Day, so that it packs a huge punch in the intentionality department without spending really a ton of money. So if you wanted to see some of my tips and my framework of what that I use for Mother's Day, then just stay tuned and let's get into this. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Meshi with Path to Wellness with Meshi. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. We're all about intentional living and how to make each day meaningful. So in today's video, we are talking about what is the framework that you can use when you are giving gifts, and what are some of the things that you can do to make sure that the gift that you're giving from the heart is truly meaningful and it packs the biggest punch when it comes to intentionality. So let's get into that framework, shall we? I'm not really buying into the whole consumerism thing at the very moment. So what can we actually do? What does mama really want? Most people constantly assume, and I've seen this so often, that for Mother's Day or for any occasion, then you need to spend a lot of money in order for you to make it more meaningful. But in the meanwhile, when you talk to your mom, when you talk to the family members, when you talk to the people that you're actually trying to buy the thing for, what they really, really want is actually your energy and your time and your attention. So the best way, I always find that, like, when it comes to gift giving is all about intentionality. And people always say that, well, you know, what matters is what was your intention. But really understanding intentionality means that you really need to understand who are you getting the thing for, how do you really want them to feel. So I always like to kind of look at it like, what is the end, like let's have the end in mind and work our way back. So I don't think that the Mother's Day thing necessarily goes to like how much money can you spend or how extravagant of a gift you can get. I think that Mother's Day, me being a mom, what I'm really looking for actually is not the stuff. What I'm actually looking for is experiences. And I think that one of the most meaningful, most powerful thing that you can do for your mom really is to give your attention and be intentional. So my first tip for you is to look for events. Look for events that your mom really likes, that you would see yourself doing with your mom. And honestly, having that experience will mean so much more to both of you than if you had just bought the manicure set. Because honestly, your mom does not need another manicure set. Go for the experiences. Look for little things that really will just put a smile on your mom's face and makes her feel like you actually thought about it, of what makes your mom tick, because each woman is slightly different, and what one might value as like, oh my gosh, that's like the best gift ever, others might look at it like this was a total waste of time and money. You know your mom more than anyone else, so I'm not really I don't want to give you like a full Amazon list of what you can buy so that you're ready to go for this weekend. I would go with experiences first. So for my mom personally, I'm going to be taking her to the Rock Spa. We have a spa here in town where they sell crystals, but then they also have like a spa section where you can go into like the salt room. They have like light therapy. I know that it's something that she doesn't get exposed to, but I know that she does enjoy crystals and she loves like the spiritual practices and that sort of thing. So I'm going to be taking her to that so that she gets exposed to that environment and really have a great experience. And me going there as a guide, it's going to be a win-win. Another thing that you can also do that I think is to connect with food. Food is there's such a strong tie to, you know, cultural and emotional connection that for a lot of women, like you probably already know this, so I'm not telling you anything new, but you might find that, you know, food, it can be another amazing way to really connect with people and to really bring people together. So what you could do is just look at your mom's favorite recipe and then make it. Or better yet, just keep it super casual, super simple. Make a plate of like buffet style food where it really just brings all the people together, and make sure that it's all about the conversations. Make sure it's all about the connections, because your mom will probably appreciate the thoughtfulness rather than the food. So she's not gonna care like, did you pick the Swiss cheese or did you pick the mozzarella? Because otherwise I'm going home. She's not gonna care. What she will more likely care about is, how are you energetically, how are you showing up? Are you showing up as warm and welcoming and connected, and you're being present and you're actually able to carry on a conversation? Or are you stressed and distracted and you're paying attention to the kids and you're barking on your husband? How are you showing up? Because that's so important. But also, if you are a mom, take some time for you and really take a look at like, what do you need as a mom for you to have an amazing Mother's Day? Because it's going to be something different, like I said, for each of us. And if you are like super running out of time, you're not going to be researching till midnight for any of the events, you really hate cooking, or you just don't want to do it, that brings me to actual gifts. What can you give your mom? What are like awesome gifts ideas? Well, here's the theme that I'm going to be using for my mom, because I kind of like to give really thought out, intentional gifts. So instead of going to the store and buying the one single thing, and again, manicure set is like a really good example of that, where it's like inexpensive but still shows that you kind of wanted to care, or that you show up to the floral shop and then you get fresh cut flowers. Yeah, I guess it could work, but look at what your mom actually really enjoys. Maybe your mom likes gardening. Well, then do we really want to get fresh cut flowers? Probably not. You might want to actually get like, maybe just take her to the nursery and let her pick a couple of flowers that she can plant, or you can plant it with her. One of the things that I would like to do is kind of look at a few different items that are relatively inexpensive that add a lot of intention and meaning to my mom. So what I mean by that is like, I can pick up like little tumbled pieces of crystals, and I can look at like a mala bead bracelet workshop. So I can attach those two together. Maybe I can look at like, when is the next Veg Fest, or when is the next festival that I know she's going to be really interested in, or the next like concert locally that I know she would really enjoy, and then I could get her a ticket to that. So kind of think a little bit outside of the box from what is being presented to you in regular chain stores, because a lot of the times what you will see is, here's the flower, here's the box of chocolate, now you've shown up as a great daughter or son. Take it one step further. And sometimes, like I said, it's not really about the money that you're spending, it's more about the intention that you are bringing and the energy that you are doing it with that actually matters. Because a lot of times your mom actually doesn't really want anything, but she wants you. She wants you to show up as the person who's thoughtful enough to care about what your mom will think and the experience that she will have celebrating the fact that she is your mom. Do you know what I mean? You can also, if you are a big bullet journaler, part of me really wants to do this just because I think it's a brilliant idea. If you are a bullet journaler, if you like hand lettering, then what you can also do is do something, like you can do a total like awesome DIY, which I think is going to be way more meaningful than anything that you buy in the store. But if you have seen the little Sproket, I would just pop up a picture here. You can get like a little Sproket camera that pops out pictures, like it prints out your photos right from your phone, and basically there's a sticker, like it has like a sticky back to it, so that you can kind of make like a little collage of pictures. Because again, keep in mind, your mom wants to know that, you know, she can be somehow involved in your life and really capture those moments that really she might not have even known about otherwise. So for me, I can print out a couple of pictures of my kids having fun on vacation, and print out a couple pictures of me, and then make like a little collage, and it's so meaningful. Like every single time that she would look at that, she would be like, wow, like I remember that year, that Mother's Day, that was such a meaningful gift that you gave me. I so appreciate this. Plants are another great, it's such a great gift idea, because plants, they are live and they all have really cute personalities, and especially if you can match it with your mom's personality, oh, it's match made in heaven. But I will leave the links down in the description for things like the crystals and any events that I think would be useful. This is all I wanted to share with you. Let me know what you guys are doing for your mama for this Mother's Day. I really like just really inexpensive ideas that you can do for yourself. If you can kind of take charge of that, you know, it's always going to be way more meaningful than anything that you buy in the store. Worst case scenario, if you're totally stuck, you can always go with, you know, like the green beauty sets, or you can go with like one of the little sets that maybe you can do is something that I have actually talked about in my monthly favorites video. This is from Andalou Naturals, and it's all made with hemp stem extracts. So it has, like, you know, the facial moisturizer, the cleanser, the toner, it has an exfoliator. So you can always just go with something small like this, but then you can add something meaningful, something that actually adds to memories, because the products will go away but the memories will stay a lot longer. So this is all I want to share with you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying your day and you are ready for Mama's Day this weekend. Please don't forget, because that's like the worst thing that you can do, is just to forget about your mom. That's not cool. So let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you what you got planned for your mama. Obviously, I would love to hear some of your ideas as we are approaching Mother's Day. And if you are brand new here, consider subscribing. You can also hit the notification sheet so you don't miss another video. I usually share with you about 3 videos here per week, 2 to 3 videos. We try to shoot for 3, and we talk about all about intentional living and how to live a more connected, more intentional life. Anything that I mentioned here that I have found links to, I will also leave them in the show notes so you can check them out. And I hope you guys have yourself a wonderful Mother's Day. If you are a mama, then I celebrate you and applaud you. Just keep shining, you guys, because you're just so much more powerful and so much more intentional than you actually give yourself credit for. And I will see you again in my next video.